Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Crown and today we are going to have some more stories that I hope that you will enjoy. But before we start, it would be so much appreciated if you would subscribe to the channel, like the video if you enjoyed it, and maybe leave a comment down below. These simple clicks would mean a lot to the future of this channel and really reward the effort that I put in every day. And now, without further ado, let's go! This is an update to a story we read before where my mother's entitled cousin demanded her son come into my room to play, even after I warned her that I'm playing a movie made for adults, predators, that had a lot of gory and scary stuff. Neither of them listened and the kid got frightened. My family ended up laughing and the entitled duo left our house in a huff. What then happened? Shortly after what happened during their last day, I had hoped that they live and let be. I was wrong. After a week or so, I was doing online classes when I heard the doorbell go off. I went to answer the door. "How may I help you?" Some random dude. "Are you?" He says my gaming name. "No, this is Patrick." "Where can I find them?" "Sorry, English 101 is getting on my nerves." "I am he." "Oh, good luck with the college courses. I'm here to give you these." And then he offers an envelope. I take it, okay. This is what exactly? "You've been served. All the details are enclosed. Sign here." Well, damn it. I signed the delivered sheet, and the guy just promptly sounded off. I immediately went back to my computer and looked up defense attorneys near me. After sorting through the decently large list of civil defense lawyers, I called some up to see what their rates were. Quite a few of them thought I was full of it. Can't say I blamed them honestly. After some time I found someone that took me seriously. Defense attorney's firm. How can we unscrew you? Hey, so here is my situation. I give them the bones of the story. So yeah. Oh dang, this is certainly an interesting case. Yeah, are you willing to take it? Possibly, just come down to my office. I have a few questions I need to prepare before I can commit to taking your case. Totally get it. How does date/time work? Not so good. You said you live in town X, right? Yeah. I'm in Salt Lake City. Would today work in like an hour? Yeah, I don't have anything going on today. I'll be there. Great, see you soon. I immediately threw on shoes and grabbed my keys. After an hour-ish drive, I found myself in the DA's office. Thanks for being willing to meet so soon. I just wanted to go over what you told me over the phone. And do you have the documents with you by chance? Yeah, here is the papers. I hand them over and go over the story again. Okay, I actually believe you. Looking through these documents, their version of the story has a few differences on who instigated. Do you have any witnesses that could help? Both my parents and the entitled children 1, 2, and 3 were there, but I'm not sure about their kid. I also had a receipt from Amazon for the rental. Perfect. The last thing is cost. Costs for situations like this usually end up around $2,300. Do you have any circumstances that you think I should be aware of? Aside from full-time work and school, not really. Both work and school? Are your parents helping with your college at all? While I'm sure they would love to, they aren't in a position to do so. I wouldn't take their help anyway. They do enough for me as is. Are you interested in countersuing? Not really, I'm just hoping that this doesn't go their way. The DA gives me a better offer than I could have hoped for. I was shocked. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your generosity in this strange case. For the next hour or so, the DA gave me the whole rundown on what was going to happen. I just let the DA handle the whole thing. I just wrote the time out. The day of reckoning. After a couple of months the day came. I got all dolled up with a suit and tie, hopped in my car and screamed the entire drive to the courthouse. Side note, very helpful to release the nerves for this sort of thing. Just finished the screaming before you arrive. After getting in, I was flagged down by the DA. He tells me, "So Judge J is presiding over this case." That's not good. Small town. You know all the judges and their reputations even if you don't get in legal trouble. We should be fine. Just let me do my job. We then head inside the courtroom. The usual proceedings pass and they call the entitled mother as their first witness. The plaintiff attorney asks, Entitled Mother, did X, me, expose your child to an inappropriate film?
Yes, and he didn't say anything about him being sorry.
Did you ask any questions about the film, yes or no please?
No.
Did X try to dissuade you in having him let your son watch the movie? Did X try to dissuade you in having him let your son watch the movie? Again, yes or no please?
Yes.
I see the PA face palm hard. PA then called the rest of their family. After their examination and DA's cross-examination, they were dismissed. Then it was our turn to call witnesses. DA called me to the stand first. Tell us what movie you were watching. I was watching Predators, the third Predator movie. Tell us what is the rating of this movie. It's rated R, which is why I initially objected to the entitled mother's demand to let her kid watch. Why did you object to begin with? I figured they would be as gory, if not more than, as the first two. So why did you give in to the entitled mother's demand that her son watch with you? I had no clue what the entitled mother deemed appropriate for her child. Why didn't you tell her what movie you were watching? Well, I tried to, but the entitled mother wasn't hearing it, and her husband started questioning my mental aptitude. So, in other words, they didn't care. That's how it appeared to me, yeah. That is all the questions I have for now. Your Honor? Me in my head, good God. This is both the most bored and tense I've been. I hope that PA doesn't ring me out. The PA asks, X, would you let an 8-year-old watch the movie you were watching? No, I wouldn't willingly. Did you let him watch the movie? Yes or no, please? Yes, but unwillingly. Only yes or no. Please restate the answer to the question. Yes, but unwillingly. Your Honor, please direct the witness to not be belligerent and to follow the directions given to him. Then the judge asks me, Doc, do you know what contempt of court is? I answer, yes, Your Honor, but I've been instructed to tell the whole truth. I wouldn't be given the whole truth. Carry on then. No further question, Your Honor. Then the judge calls the defense. And the DA answers, no questions, Your Honor. Any other witnesses you'd like to call? No, Your Honor. The PA went through his closing argument, and to say that the judge seemed unmoved would be an understatement. DA just referenced the whole trial with how their stories did not carry the same tune, and how it was their fault for not asking the necessary questions. The verdict. The jury left and did what juries do. They later came back with a not screwed verdict for the suit. The entitled mother stands and starts shouting,
You have to be kidding me. That jury was clearly rigged. I demand a retrial.
Then a judge tells her, Ma'am, if you do not sit down and remain silent, I will hold you in contempt of court. And she immediately sat down. This jury's integrity should not be questioned by someone like you. You're lucky that X hasn't filed a countersuit against you. You're to pay his court fees, which amounted to $20,000. And that's the end of it for now. I hope you enjoyed it. So, I'm a bartender, and in the town I lived in at the time, the best time to go to the 24-hour Walmart was after my shift was over, around 4 a.m. I could walk in and out and never talk to anyone and get done quickly. I have my cart with me, 4 or 5 items in it, and these two guys walk up to me, dressed to the nines, and ask for some help. Now I know these two guys. They don't know me, but they are known all over town to be scammers and have been kicked out of almost every bar in town. The one guy asks, Yo bro, can you help me out? I just dropped my girlfriend off from the hospital and we just had a baby. I just need some diapers and I don't get paid until Friday. It is Tuesday. Can you help me out? Now I have personally banned these two from the bar I work at for stealing drinks off tables. They are well known. Even though I know the scam they are running, I say, sure, let's go. And off to the baby section we go. Now the scam they are running is they get the person to buy a semi-expensive box of diapers, they exchange the diapers for the cash. Now we get to the baby section and he grabs a mid-range pack of diapers. I had a good night behind the bar, so I say, hey man, go ahead and grab that big bag up top, the $32 box. It's the least I can do for you. I got two of my own and it's tough right now. And his eyes lit up. He grabs him and he and his buddy are super excited as we walk towards the tills. Now here is where I get my revenge. He starts walking toward the one open lane, but I swerve toward the self-checkout, and he doesn't like that at all. He keeps trying to get me to go to the regular checkout so he can get his receipt. This is key. So I ring in the diapers and he says thanks. And to his dismay, ring in a Blu-ray into it, and here is where I get him. I add that stupid $2 protection. I stop and say, damn, I forgot to get dog food. Which I did actually need, but here you go. And I pay with a card. You can get a cash refund on a credit card receipt. Now he's screwed. He still asks for the receipt, but I say, oh man, I can't. I gotta keep it for the protection I bought. I need the code. And say, but you guys go ahead. Good luck with the new little one. And I walk off, handing them their giant pack of diapers. I spend the next 30 minutes just walking around and watching them try to beg the couple of the cashiers for a refund for the pack of diapers. It is 4:30 a.m. Customer service isn't open. They need that receipt and they don't have it. I see them leave and I check out. And the one lady standing by the self-checkout says, you know they were just scamming you. The minute you left, they tried to get the money for those. They do that all the time. I replied, oh, I know. They are scammers. They are known all over downtown. That is why I added the coverage to the DVD and I paid with a card. I had an out for giving the receipt, and now they have to leave with the diapers. She had a good laugh over that. I'm driving out of the parking lot and I see these two dudes walking down the road. At 4:03 in the morning, looking like they just left the club with a giant pack of Huggies. I honked and waved as I went by. The bonus. Because they were a couple of drug heads, also they forgot stuff real quick. I was in the same Walmart a couple of weeks later and guess who walks up? He says, hey man, can you help me out? And I respond with, oh yeah brother, you need some more diapers? He gets the deer in the headlights look and starts stuttering. Oh no man, thanks anyway. And he shuffles off. Well, it was worth it in my opinion. In the height of COVID, I was following along with a kayak group. They send out emails announcing events, updates, and so on. Somewhere in this mix, the owner took it upon himself to send out a mass email with some pretty racist rhetoric specifically around COVID. So knowing he also runs a kayak shop, I took a screenshot and posted it to his Yelp with a comment, something along the lines of, dude apparently thinks I want a little racism with my paddle. What ensued was a crazy string of responses from this individual claiming he couldn't be racist because his wife is Chinese. She's not Chinese. How offended he was to be called racist, not offended by being racist, and so on. I figured I'd leave it and let subsequent readers judge for themselves. And judge they did. Cut to a few months ago, they changed their name, started deleting less than professional responses he left, and started leaving comments saying, oh, it's under new ownership, we hope you'll give us a chance, and so on. I'm not about punching people for someone else's crime, so I started asking around. It is a small area. I know people who know people, and I want to make sure I know what's going on before I remove this review. As it turned out, I needed to go no further than their website to confirm there was no change in ownership. Even with what looks like a reasonably intelligent management consulting service, they apparently couldn't convince the owner to take his personal footprint off literally everything. I am profoundly petty, and I don't like being manipulated, let alone by someone that is inept/egotistical. Not 100% sure which it was, in this case probably both. I responded to the new ownership comment clarifying the actual arrangement. Then I posted pictures of their website with a tip showing just how little you need to do to confirm. The manager tried to get my updates removed, so I reposted progressively, making it worse every single time. This went on for days until they took down all the responses to my original review. I forced their hand to take certain features off the website. They also had to disconnect from the original group I was following because ownership is pretty obvious when you're directing sales through said group. One friend in particular has deep connections to the kayak community in the area, so I also called her directly to let her know all their old problems with the original owner are just as relevant now because ownership has not changed. In all honesty, had they left my review alone, I probably would have forgotten the whole thing. Lie to me to try to save face and I'll make sure everybody knows. And now we have reached the end of today's stories. Thank you for watching and see you next time.